Hey everybody, it's Eric from EP Autos, your libertarian car guy. I'm driving 2020 Infiniti G70, which is one hell of a deal relative to some of the other vehicles in the class, like the BMW 3. And it's also one hell of a lot of fun because you can still get the thing with a manual transmission, which ironically, BMW, the former Ultimate Driving Machine, no longer offers to drivers. All of their cars are automatic only. And in addition to that, this thing offers more power than the BMW for a lot less money, but I'll get into that in a little bit. This is my 24th installment from Corona Country, or my part of it here in Southwest Virginia. I'm not going to drive by the hospital today because there's no point, because there are no bodies stacking up, and it gets kind of repetitive to focus on that. The total death toll in the state is something around 400 so far, out of a state of 8 million people, which is essentially nil deaths. But nonetheless, I've noticed something very odd, and that is that even though it's now become clear that corona fever is far less lethal than had been advertised by the experts, the fear behavior is ramping up. People in my area now, I'd say probably half of them, are wearing the fear masks, which don't stop the spread of anything, but do spread a lot of fear. It's odd. It's very odd to see that. You'd think that now people would be ramping back a little bit and behaving a little bit less neurotically. If anything, they're behaving more neurotically, and that thing has a tendency to feed on itself, and that's why I'm so adamant about ridiculing the mask wearers. In addition to dispelling all of the BS behind the mask wearing. That's got to stop. It's got to stop soon. And the reason that I say that it's got to stop soon is that if it doesn't stop soon, it will become normal. And this abnormal behavior, psychiatrically speaking, people walking around with masks and gloves, terrified of germs. 4 months ago, someone like that would have been rightly judged to be mentally ill and sent for therapy or hospitalized. Now we are normalizing the abnormal, and far worse is that people who aren't mentally ill, like your humble narrator, I'm weird, I'm not mentally ill, that's why I'm not wearing a mask, are going to be pathologized, and we're going to be treated as if we're the ones who are sick in the head for not wearing the masks. And guess what's going to come next? And you do not have to be Werner von Braun to see this. If they can force people to wear masks, because that's what you gotta do to stop the spread, then it's absolutely inevitable. Please, people, don't be stupid. Realize it's absolutely inevitable that they're going to force everybody to get vaccinated and tracked electronically, whether by a chip or whether by your phone or however they're going to do it. They're going to track you, and trust me, it's not going to be just for your health or to keep you safe. And if you believe that, you're an imbecile. I'm sorry. I've normally tried to be a gentleman and not use pejoratives, but it's getting to the point that it's so frustrating dealing with the bovine idiocy of people who have been terrified into fear. And by the way, here's a thought experiment for you. Substitute terror for coronavirus, and you'll see how absurd all of this has become. It's just like 9/11, except it's kind of a slow motion rollout and a more extreme rollout of the tyranny that came to us after the enemies of freedom struck. And the same people are striking now, and it's not Islamic terrorism, and it's not a bug. It's authoritarian control freaks in the government, in corporate America, and frankly, your next door neighbor who just thrilled to the idea of locking down their neighbors, locking down businesses, locking down the country, turning it into this dreary Soviet-style police state that's even more dreary than the Soviet Union ever was, because at least in the Soviet Union, they didn't make you wear masks and gloves. So that's all I've got for now. More over at epautos.com. I'll have something soon about this excellent Infiniti G70. Hopefully something sane for a change. And we thank you, as always, for listening, reading, and for supporting the site. And anybody who wants an ear tag, just shoot me an email. You can click on the link at the end of any of my articles, and you'll see how to go about doing that. And I will happily custom make you your very own ear tag and sign it for you if you like as well. So we'll catch up with you again soon.